Now we can start to draw this geometrical construction exercise. It is shown here that we have an ellipse here on the bottom right corner. If you remember from the ellipse construction, to get M2 that will be here, to draw this upper circle, we need to have a line that will go all the way down till it meets the center line. The reason for that is because of that we are going to start this drawing over here as far left on the top over here as we can, to make sure that our ellipse construction doesn't go off the page. This circle will be the far left side as well as the far top side of our drawing, with a radius of 35. So we can get this circle's center lines as our starting point to plan out our drawing and start our drawing from there. Firstly, what I'm going to do is, on my page, I'm going to measure about 10 millimeters from my border there and draw a light construction line like that, just so that I don't want my drawing to pass this line. I want it to stay on the right side of this line so that the drawing doesn't touch my border. Next, from the top, I'm going to measure 5 millimeters. 5 millimeters, and draw myself another construction line. So that I know my drawing, the far top side, will not pass that line and not touch my border. Now I can finally start to get my center lines for this circle. The radius is 35. So from the left border we are going to measure. We have the top line, so let's measure that one first. From this top border I'm going to measure 35 millimeters downwards. I'm going to take my ruler and measure 35 millimeters. It's 35. Make a mark. Then I'm going to draw my first center line. Mark. Long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long. Okay, that's my first center line. The next center line is going to be 35 millimeters to the right. So I'm going to measure 35 millimeters, make a mark. So this is 35 millimeters, as you can see. On that mark I'm drawing my second center line. Long, short, long, short, long, short, long. There you go, my second center line. So that is going to be the spot where I place my sharp point of my compass. I'm going to start drawing my circle, set my compass to a radius of 35, so I'm going to set my compass to 35, and then I'm going to draw my circle dark because there's no interruptions in the circle. I can just draw it. Set my compass to 35. Compass is set to 35. Put it where the two lines meet, and then draw my circle. There we go. Now I have my circle. Next, I'm going to draw the construction line of this in the inner circle. The reason I'm going to use a construction line is because it has interruptions over here. So I'm going to set my compass to a radius of 20, and then I'm going to draw my construction circle. Take my compass, set it to 20. It's on 20. Put it on the same place. Make my construction circle very lightly. This interruptions over here. This top line isn't a straight line. It is also a circle. As you can see here, it shows it is a circle with a radius of 25. I'm going to set my compass to 25. Let me just make sure. Yes, it's set to 25. Put it on the same center point and draw my outer circle. Now I have my two construction circles. It shows me that this interruptions is a 10 millimeter distance that goes over the center line. For us to get this in the exact middle of our center lines, we are going to measure from our center line 5 millimeters to the one side and 5 millimeters to the other side. I'm going to take my ruler, measure, put it on so that it touches the inner circle. Okay, I'm gonna set my ruler to touch the inner circle. Put my 5 millimeters on the center line. Okay, it's on the center line and it touches the inner circle. Then I'm going to make a mark. I'm going to make a mark at 0 and 10. I'm going to do the same for this one, where it touches the inner circle. Put my 5 millimeters on the center line, make a mark at 0 and 10. There we go. Then I can put my T-square down and draw the line between the two circles, like that. I'm going to do the same because my page is set on my board and it's sturdy, or it stays in place, and my T-square is 90 degrees, and in line I can do it for the top one as well. There we go. Then I'm moving my T-square on to my next point and connecting the two circles. There we go. I turn my T-square and do the same for these two marks. There I have those extensions for the circle. Then I'm going to draw in this dark circle lines. As you can see here, mine is light, so we need to finish this part of the drawing. Going to use my dark bezier, move it, adjust it so it touches the outer side of the circle, and then draw the lines that touch draw the circle that touches the lines, like that. After that, then I'm going to adjust my compass so it touches the inner circle. There we go. And now we are done with this part of the drawing. We can move on. The next part that I will draw is this half hexagon you see here. The reason I'm going to draw this is because we have the distance that this hexagon's center line is from the center line we already have, and the other center line is in line with the circle we already have. So on this center line I'm going to measure 50 millimeters to get the vertical center line for our hexagon over there. I'm going to measure 50 millimeters and then I'm going to draw my center line. Long, short, long, short, long, short, long. There we have it. We need the top center line as well, so I'm just going to here, long, short, long, short, long. There we have it, our center line. We just fix this part. Go. Now we have our center line over there. This is going to be our center point for the circle to draw our hexagon. It shows that our hexagon, if you remember with the construction of hexagon, we draw a circle that touches the corners of our hexagon. So this means this is the diameter of the circle that needs to be drawn. We need the radius, which is half of the diameter. We are going to set our compass to 30 millimeters. Take our compass, set it to 30. Here we have it. Then I'm going to put my sharp point where the two center lines meet and draw my light construction circle. There we have it. I have my light construction circle. This is the sharp corners for our drawing. So this is going to be the acute angles of our hexagon. So that is where we are going to put our sharp point of our compass for the rest of the construction. By keeping our compass on 30 millimeters, we put our sharp edge point on the place where the circle meets this center line, and we make a mark on our circle. We keep our compass on 60, move it over where the circle meets the line again, and make a mark on our circle. That is going to be our corners for our hexagon. Now we can just connect those corners where I put my sharp point to where the arch meets the circle. Connect that. Same on the other side, where I put my sharp point to where the arch meets the circle. And then where the two arches meets the circle, like that. And that's our hexagon. We also see here that this line is dark and ours is not dark yet, so we can draw the line that touches the circle and the hexagon. We can also draw it dark. And there we go. Next, I would say we find this center line for this radius over here, this quarter circle over here. To get this center line, it says that from the center line we already have to this center line is 120, but this one is another 5 millimeters. So we are going to measure 125 millimeters. Take my ruler, measure 125. Make a mark. Oh, I need to okay, I'm just going to do this light line, but I'm going to erase this part. It's too long, so I'm just going to, there we go. I'm going to rather extend it to a light construction line. There we go. Okay, now I can draw my vertical center line. Okay, let me do it like this. There's my T-square over here. Okay, draw my vertical construction center line. Long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long. Okay. We need to find the bottom center line, the center line over here. So we have a radius of 70, which means from here to the center point it should be 70 millimeters. We take our ruler. First I need to extend this line a bit. This construction line, I need to extend that a bit so it touches. Okay, then I measure 70 millimeters. Make a mark, and then that is my horizontal center line. Long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long. Okay. I'm going to take my compass. I'm going to draw this circle. I'm going to draw dark because we have a quarter of a circle over here that we can see with no interruptions. Set my compass to a radius of 70. Set my compass to 70. Put it where the circles meet, of the center lines meet. And then draw in my circle. There we go. Here it shows that from the hexagon it's a straight line till it reaches the circle, so that I can also draw in dark because we only have it as a construction line at the moment. There, till it touches the circle. Next, I'm going to draw in this half circle with a radius of 10. So we already have this horizontal center line, it shows it's this line. We need this center line. The radius of the circle is 10, so from this side we are going to measure 10 millimeters on that construction line. 10 millimeters, and then draw my horizontal construction line, center line. Long, short, long. There we go. Take my compass, measure 10 millimeters, put my sharp point where the two lines meet, and draw the bottom half of this circle. Here we go. I'm not going to draw the ellipse right now. I'm going to do this a bit later. I'm going to draw this outer circle, but only a construction, because I don't know where the ellipse starts and where this excluding circle meets that circle. So I'm just going to draw it as a construction. It shows it has a radius of 15. We already have the center lines. The vertical center line is the one for the hexagon we already have, and the horizontal one is the one that goes through like this. We already have that one. I'm going to set my compass to 15. I'm just going to make these lines light construction so that I can see exactly where they meet. There we go. Like that. Like that. I will erase the parts where the line should be a bit later. I just want to set my compass really nicely in the center, and then draw this light half circle that I don't know exactly where it's going to be yet. Then this circle in the book, this circle is given in the book, but we are drawing it on a blank page, like you are drawing on a blank page, so we don't have the radius for that drawing, for that circle. I'm saying let's make that radius 10. So this circle's radius will be 10. Set your compass to a radius of 10. Put it on the same place, and then draw in that circle. Sorry, there we go. We have that circle. Finally, all that's left is the excluding circle and the ellipse. So let's start drawing the ellipse first. I'm going to use pink and blue construction lines for the ellipse so that you can just see clearly when I'm doing what. It says that the ellipse, this is the ellipse center line. We already have this one, but we need this one. We are going to measure 5 millimeters back on the center line we already have. So I'm going to measure 5 millimeters back to get a new center line for the ellipse. Oh, come on. go. Get the new center line. Long, short, long, short, long, short. Then I'm just going to extend this line lightly, a bit longer. There we go. Just a light construction line. I'm going to draw my rectangle that we are going to draw the ellipse in. From this center line, it's 25 millimeters up. I'm going to set my compass to 25 millimeters so that I can measure it both ways. Set my compass to 25. Put it over here and then make a mark for 25 millimeters. Then I'm going to draw my construction line, my light construction line. There and at the bottom. The left and right side of this rectangle is where this circle and this circle ends. So for this one, where this circle ends, I draw my right one, and where this circle ends, I draw my left one. There we have it. Okay. This is going to be point A, this is point B, this is E. We are going to connect point A and B There we go, connect A and B. Take our compass, set our point on E, measure all the way to A. And then go draw our construction circle, extend this I'm going to extend this line a bit so I can see where it touches. There we go. So where the circle meets that line, okay, there we go. That is point F. Set my compass on B, adjust it all the way to F. And bring it back to get point G. Now that we have point G, we want to divide the line A and G. So you take your compass, put it on G, make sure it's more than halfway to A. Make your palm trees on both sides, put it on A, make your palm trees on both sides, and then connect the places where the arches intersected all the way until that's a bit off. Let me just correct that. There we go. See the difference my little error made. This is where my point was and this is where it should be. This is M2. Where it meets this line is M1. We are going to use M2 to get this top arch, and M1 to get this half of the ellipse. We still need M3 to get this half. We don't need M4 because we are not seeing the bottom side of the ellipse. I'm going to get M3, put my compass on E, measure to M1, take it over to the other side. I'm going to do this light construction so you can see what I do. There we go. Then this is M3. Next we need to take a line from M1 all the way through M3. From M1 through M3. There we go. Now our construction is done. We can start drawing the ellipse. The ellipse is going to be dark. So I take my compass. Firstly, put it on M1. Then adjust my compass till it gets to A. And then draw in my half of the ellipse. Keep my compass on that. Put it on M3. Make sure it's correct. And then draw in that half of the ellipse. All we need is the top half. Take my compass, put it on M2, adjust it all the way to B, that end of the rectangle. Make sure it meets both ways. Okay, now I can oops, it slipped. Just correct that. There we go. Put it on M2. Stop moving. Okay. And draw in our top part. There we go. That is our ellipse. All that's left is the excluding this little bend over here. So where it touches the circle, that's an excluding circle. But excluding circles only apply to circles. As you remember, we use I want to go away from you, so we use your radius. This is a straight line. It doesn't have a radius. So to get this, we need to draw a parallel line of a radius of 20. If you remember from our exercises in class, we take our compass, set it to 20, put it somewhere here on the line, somewhere there on the line, make an arch. Keep it on 20, put it somewhere else on the line, and then make another arch. Then we just draw a line where the arches, where it touches the arches. Okay, straight line there where it touches the two arches. That is our construction line. Okay, I don't know why it's showing that dark on the video, but it's a very light line, the same as the arches. Oh, there it's light now. Okay, then to get the excluding circle, the radius 20 is my radius, that's me. The radius 15 is you. If I want to exclude you, I go out of the classroom, I move away, which means that I'm going to take my radius plus your radius because we want to make the distance bigger. 20 plus 15 is 35. So you set your compass to fit a radius of 35. It's on a radius of 35. I put it on your center, So this is you, this radius is you, that has a radius of 15. I put it on your center, and then I make a mark on the line we got. Now that is my center point. Okay, that's going to be my center point. If you're going to put the sharp end on my center point, we need to adjust it to my center or my radius, which is 20. As you can see here, it shows my radius is 20. Set your compass to 20. Put it on my center point, and then you can draw in that. Actually, we can do this dark, so I'm going to use the other one. Set my radius to 20. Put it where it made the line. And then we can draw in that. There we go. And that's our arch. Now we can finish this circle. There we go. And the last part is we need to draw this line dark where it touches the and that's the end of our drawing. Last thing, we can just make sure that we have all our center lines. Okay, that's one. Let's just extend this one a bit. We have our center line over here, there. This is also a circle. So where we set my radius, I'm just going to draw long, short, long, and this side long, short, long. There we have it. That's the end of our drawing. Hope you all managed to finish this well and will be able to get everything right, but it's not that hard if you just start doing what you can remember to do. Thank you guys.